it's another Getting Real with Ashleydawn. I'm Ashleydawn. I want to get real with you. If you're wondering why this is my new little setup, this is all I have right now. My little pop socket holder that's on my other vehicle, it doesn't work on this one. So, sorry about that. Anyway, I want to talk to you today about made up pretty versus wake up pretty. I did a post on my Facebook a couple days ago, and I said, there's a difference between made up pretty and wake up pretty. And some of you ladies that read my post that are watching this video right now woke up pretty. You woke up beautiful. You woke up absolutely lovely, but you are so convinced that you're not beautiful, lovely, wonderful, pretty, gorgeous, insert complimentary name here, because you're too busy comparing yourself to somebody who spent 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 hours in the makeup chair as some professional makeup artist, or not even professional makeup artist. They could have spent time sitting in a chair by themselves. And so you're so busy looking at other women, comparing your beauty to theirs, that you can't even realize your own. I will tell you that I have mentored young girls, teenage girls, for the last 15, 20 years. And one thing that has changed in the last 15 to 20 years is YouTube. There are so many, you're watching this on YouTube. There are so many young ladies, young women that are getting information off of YouTube and that are, just thinking that YouTube is the end all be all of influencers, right? You're watching your favorite influencer and you're wanting to do everything that they do. You're wanting to wear the makeup that they wear. And listen, I had my thrifty P31 little makeup channel for a long time, and I did makeup and, I did unboxings and I kind of was doing all that stuff too. I did pageants, I did modeling. I was a makeup artist for a lot of years. I did hair. I worked in the cosmetology field. And it's so easy to get caught up in it and to get caught up in the way people look and the way your hair is and your nails. My nails are done. And to think like my eyeliner has to be this way. I got to contour. I got to do this. I got to do that. And listen, I'm not knocking it. I've been a part of a lot of it. I'm just telling you not to compare yourself to somebody that's spending hours and hours and hours in the front of a mirror, and you're comparing yourself when you just rolled out of bed. You're going to look different if you just rolled out of bed and you got pillow creases all over your face versus somebody that has been sitting in front of a mirror for 2 hours perfecting their, cut crease, whatever. And you say, well, Ashleydawn, what are you talking about? I have teenage girls that I mentor that have learned how to do their makeup on TikTok, on Instagram, on Snapchat, on all these little social medias, on YouTube, right? YouTube tutorials, which are great and wonderful. But they have learned to do their makeup so good. Excuse me. They've learned to do their makeup so good that they can make themselves look like somebody totally different. One of my favorite Instagram gurus, makeup gurus, whatever, influencers is Candy Johnson. And I like her because she's really outgoing and she's fun and she's inspirational, and a lot of her messages have like a message of faith. I'm not sure what she believes personally, like her faith journey, but they seem like she believes in Jesus. Just based on her things, it seems like she believes in Jesus. I haven't heard her come out and, say her faith, but that's what it seems like. Anyway, she got famous for making herself into other people. Like, she did a Jack Sparrow one. She did all these different, like costumes of other people, pretending to be other people. And she did really, really, really good. I say all that to say, you can go watch her if you want. When she was doing that, she used makeup to turn herself into somebody completely different. And that is what a lot of times we do with makeup. We're hiding our imperfections, right? So if the light can get it, I'm trying not to look at the thing, but I have a scar that runs through my forehead. I had 31 stitches across my face. My head went through a car windshield. A drunk driver hit me head on, and I had 31 stitches. I had staples in my scalp. I had stitches all over my face, and I have scars. Well, sometimes I'll cover it up with some concealer, or I'll cover it up with some foundation, right? Not all the time, but sometimes I will. Why? Because I want to hide something that I don't like. I want to hide something that I think makes me less beautiful. A lot of us, if we're being honest, feel like we're not as beautiful because we have insert this thing here, or because we don't have insert that thing there. And the reason we think that is because we spend so much time comparing ourselves to another woman, comparing ourselves to our favorite actress, right? I think Sandra Bullock is absolutely stunning. I think Julia Roberts is absolutely stunning. Now, if I compare myself to the two of them, I don't look anything like them. I mean, I have dark features and dark hair, but I don't look like them. Jennifer Aniston is beautiful. I don't look like her, right? Shania Twain is beautiful. I don't look like her. If I spend all my time comparing myself to these women that I think are beautiful, and I'm judging myself by my ability to look like them, right? If they're the pinnacle of perfection and they're the pinnacle of beauty, well, because I don't look like them, I must not be beautiful. No, that's not right. Like, it's getting ready to rain, so you might hear that. But part of it is like an apple, right? An apple in its natural environment is beautiful. It's growing on a tree. It's shiny. It's either green, red, yellow, you know, all the different colors. Maybe it's orange, or not orange. Maybe it's like green and yellow and red. Maybe it's got a lot of different colors. Anyway, an apple and an apple pie are two totally different things. Same material. There's an apple in each one of them, but they're different, right? I hope y'all can still hear me. They're different. An apple cut up, put with some cinnamon and some allspice and some sugar, some brown sugar, some butter, stuck in a pie crust, is going to taste really, really sweet. But it's going to look different. It's maybe a little brown on top from where it's baking in the oven, right? It's going to look different. Why? Because you prepared it to look that way. Ashleydawn, oh my gosh, that is such a great analogy. Thank you. One of the giftings that God has given me, He's given me a lot, is the ability to do analogies, is the ability to make things make sense, like to speak in parables, essentially. And so, an apple and an apple pie are two totally different things. They come from the same thing. An apple grows naturally on a tree. An apple pie is something that you use apples that grow naturally on a tree. You cut them up, you put some stuff on them, you prepare them, you bake it, right? There's a difference. The two both have apple in them, but one was prepared and one wasn't. If you are comparing yourself to somebody that has makeup on, one was prepared, one wasn't. When you wake up in the morning, God has made you beautifully. It says, you are wonderfully and beautifully created. Right? I think that's Proverbs or Psalms. I think it's Psalms. You got to look it up. He knit you in your mother's womb. You are wonderfully and fearfully made in His image. God does not make mistakes. He doesn't make imperfections. Right? We have imperfections because we are flawed and sinners, and because of the fall and Adam and Eve in the garden, right? Every single one of us has fallen. Every single one of us is, come short. Every single one of us has something that we're trying to work on. Nobody is perfect. I'm not trying to say that. But if we're so busy comparing ourselves to the way somebody else looks, unless you're a twin, and even then, my mom is a twin, and granted, her twin is a boy, but they do resemble each other. They look a lot alike. My Uncle Mike looks a lot like my mom. And they're twins. And they should look alike. But not one person, even identical twins, not one person is identical to the other. There is at least one something that makes them set apart, that makes them different. This car is literally riding my butt. That is not nice. Sir, you need to back up because I'm going the speed limit. Anyway, we need to stop comparing ourselves to somebody that has done something that we haven't done. If you're not wearing makeup and you're comparing yourself to somebody that is wearing makeup, you're never going to measure up because they're wearing something that you're not. Thank you for getting around me because you are not a good driver and you're literally speeding. I'm doing the speed limit and you just hurried up and passed me. Anyway, if you're comparing yourself to somebody who works out at the gym and maybe you're struggling with your weight and you're like, man, I wish I was skinnier. I wish I was thinner. I wish I had this. I wish I had that. If you're not doing what they're doing, stop comparing yourself to them. And even if you are, your DNA is different than theirs. Your thyroid balance is different than theirs. Your genetic makeup is different than theirs. So even more reason not to compare yourself to them. Maybe you have, black hair and you are comparing your hair to a blonde lady with blonde hair. And you keep going to the salon and you keep telling your hairstylist you want it blonder and blonder and blonder. You were not created with blonde hair. Stop comparing your hair to somebody's natural hair. How many of us, and I am so guilty. Y'all know that I do not speak one message to you that I wouldn't speak to my same self. I had very curly hair. Extremely curly, naturally curly hair. So you could take my whole life, when I was a little girl, when I was older, it didn't matter. You could take half my hair in parts. The top half would be like wavy and the bottom half would be so kinky curly. And when I would put product in it, all of my hair would be kinky curly, little ringlets. It was perfect. I compared my curly hair, because not a lot of people had curly hair when I was growing up. I compared it to people with straight hair. My mom is the most beautiful woman that I've ever known, inside and out. She is a beautiful, beautiful woman. And she had stick straight Native American hair. And I would compare my kinky curly hair that was like my daddy's to my mom's. And so I discovered this magical little tool called the flat iron. And so I started flat ironing my hair, and I flat ironed every single curl out of my hair. Trying to be like my mom, trying to be like the girls at school that had stick straight hair, because I wanted to be something else, because I was comparing my hair to other people that did not have the same hair. Here's the problem with that. I didn't realize what I had. I didn't realize how beautiful my natural hair was until I burned my hair so badly that my curl pattern has never been the same. It's never been the same. My hair right now is stick straight. Granted, I did blow dry it straight last night, so that's probably a bad example. But even if I put some gel in it and use a diffuser, it'll be curly, but it won't be as curly as it was before I started flat ironing it. Before I started chemically treating my hair and doing keratin treatments and doing all these relaxers and, straightener packages and doing the little comb, the little flat iron comb, I look at myself and I wish I could turn back time. If I could turn back time, I wish I could, because I would tell my little self, don't flat iron your hair. Another thing I would tell myself is don't tan in the tanning beds. That is one of the worst things I ever did in my life, and I honestly think they need to be illegal. Some of you know, some of you don't know, I have struggled with skin cancer for the last few years, melanoma specifically, and a lot of it started from little freckles and little moles that the dermatologist is like, I don't like that, we need to cut it, we need to test it, and it came back bad. I just got 2-3 more biopsies yesterday, and I am praying and pleading with God that they come back nothing. I will say, if you haven't gotten your skin checked, you need to, because early detection is key. My daddy died from skin cancer. He did not find it until it was too late, and he went through the VA, and that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother video. And if you want me to do one, I will. I'd rather not, but I will if it'll help somebody. I look back to where my mom is very dark skinned. She's Native American. I look back and I wanted to be like her so bad that I would use the dark tanning oils and I would do all that and I'd go out in the sun. And I mean, I grew up on Fort Myers Beach. So I was always in the sun. Well, and Siesta Key Beach. I love those two beaches. And Boca Grande. Boca Grande Beach is great too. Florida has really, really awesome beaches. Destin. I mean, there's amazing beaches in Florida. I'm not really a super fan of Daytona, but it is pretty. Anyway, I grew up a beach girl, always in the sun, always in the water, always on boats, always fishing. And I look back and I wish I could tell myself that being tan wasn't important, that I should wear more sunscreen, that I should wear those little rash guards that protect your skin, that I should wear a hat, that I should protect my skin. But I wanted to be dark and I wanted to be tan so bad that I was willing to do things that I wish I could undo, but I can't. All because I was comparing myself to women with tans, to women with olive skin tones, to women that had what I wanted to have. So I'm making this video for you that's watching this so that you will know God created you exactly the way that you are. Those curls in your hair that He gave you, keep them. That fair skin with freckles, your red hair, keep it. Don't change something about yourself to look like somebody else. Don't do it. You'll regret it. I regret doing the tans and I regret flat ironing my hair so much. I wish somebody could have told younger me to be who God created me to be and to embrace the apple instead of trying to turn it to an apple pie. I really, really wish somebody would. So I am now. If you're a young girl and you're watching this video and you're like, well, I just really want to look like this YouTuber, or I really want to look like this Instagrammer, or I really like this person I follow on TikTok or Snapchat and I really want to look like them, ask yourself, does God need another them or does God need a you? And I'll tell you right now, God needs a you. I'm going to have to merge. Maybe I won't. God needs a you. You were created with a purpose and a plan, and there's one of you on purpose. God didn't create two of you. Like, your fingerprints are unique to you for a reason. We got to stop trying to be like everybody else. I know that it's tempting. I know that it's so easy to look at other people and to admire them. That's awesome. Way to go, you, that you are secure enough in yourself that you're not wanting to pick somebody apart or put them down. You're doing the opposite. You admire them so much, you're trying to be like them. Way to go, you. Because there's a lot of people in the world that want to rip people apart or put them down, make them feel less than, try to say negative things about them, pick someone apart because they're jealous. Way to go, you, that you're not jealous. Way to go that you're admiring something about someone. Why don't you write them a note and tell them how much you admire them? Why don't you encourage them? Tell them how beautiful you think they are. But don't discourage yourself in the process of doing so. Write yourself a note. Those things that make you different are what makes you special, right? Okay, superheroes. We look at these superheroes. What makes a superhero special? If everyone had spider powers, would Spider-Man matter? No, it wouldn't. If everybody had bat powers, would it matter? No. If everybody had a bat signal, would it matter? Absolutely not. This is a mess. Good night. I don't know how many of y'all I can let in. When it comes down to it, the things that make you different are what make you special. Right? If everybody looked identically the same, nobody would be special. Nobody. Our differences are what makes us special. How cool is it when you can try different flavors of food? Well, why do you want to try different flavors? Because the same one would get boring. It's the same thing with people. We have to appreciate others' beauty without questioning our own. Yes, Shania Twain is beautiful. Yes, Brooke Burke is beautiful. Yes, Sandra Bullock is beautiful. Yes, Julia Roberts is beautiful. All these people are beautiful. But that doesn't mean that I'm not. Yes, trying to think of somebody else off the top of my head. Carrie Job. Oh my gosh, how could I forget her? Yes, Carrie Job is absolutely beautiful. She's breathtaking. She's stunning. But it doesn't mean that I'm not. Yes, Lauren Daigle is absolutely stunning and breathtaking and beautiful. But it doesn't mean that I'm not. So often we look at somebody else and we admire something in them without admiring the same thing in us. Let's start appreciating who God created us to be. Let's stop comparing, right? Made up pretty, great, you're pretty. You spent a couple hours in the mirror getting dolled up, and you did your makeup and it looks great, and you did your hair and it looks great. But don't compare yourself when you spent 2 hours in a mirror with somebody that didn't spend any time in a mirror, and vice versa. If you didn't spend any time in a mirror, don't spend all your time comparing yourself with somebody who did. All those social media stars and all those Instagram or Facebook or TikTok, a lot of those pictures are so edited and airbrushed that you don't even realize those people don't actually look like you're seeing them to look. They don't actually look that way. Are we going that way? Are we going that way or that way? We're going this way? Okay. I don't know what we're doing. Or did they... I don't necessarily know what they're doing. Okay, we're just going to go with it. Anyway, the people that you're seeing, their picture, or okay, let's go with a movie. You're watching a movie. Do you know that those people in that movie spent like 6 to 8 hours in hair and makeup getting ready for that 10-second clip in that movie? Like, you don't realize. Okay, so when I used to model and when I did pageants and stuff, I would spend 2 hours in a chair getting my hair and makeup and all that stuff done for a 30-minute photo shoot. Literally. And if you would take that 30-minute photo shoot and that picture and you would compare it with somebody else that didn't have any makeup on, I'm sure they probably wouldn't feel that good about themselves. And you got to think, all these celebrities and these, Instagrammers and makeup tutorials and all this stuff, not only do they have the time to invest in it, but they also have the money to invest in it. They have the budget. They're not getting Dollar Tree, makeup. They're not getting Dollar General makeup. They're going to, top of the line. They're getting, expensive makeup. So let's not compare ourselves with people that we don't know nothing about. And even if you're doing your own makeup, a lot of those people have teams of people that are doing their makeup. They're doing their hair. They're doing their nails. They're getting ready. It's not an even playing field. Okay? It's not. What is it? The gloves are weighted. Back in boxing, they used to weight the gloves. It's not even. Their gloves are heavier than yours. Their punch is going to hit harder. It's going to feel worse. It's not level playing grounds, right? If I'm 5 foot, which I'm 4'11", but if I'm 5 foot and you're 5 foot and we stand on a same level ground, we're the same height. If that ground is switched in any kind of way, if I'm standing on a hill and you're not, I'm going to look taller than you. Doesn't mean that I am, just means that I look taller, right? So you got to look at life that way. Just because somebody looks taller than you, look at where they're standing. They might be standing at an advantage to you. They might be standing in an area that doesn't match the area that you're standing in. So the numbers are skewed. It's not a level playing field. The rules are different. So I just want to encourage you, if you are watching this and you're a young lady, or you're a medium, aged lady, or maybe even you're an experienced older lady, Doesn't matter your age. We all compare ourselves because we feel like we have to fit in. We feel that we have to fit some kind of mold that God didn't create us to fit in. We have allowed the media and marketing to make us feel some kind of way that we have to do this or buy this, right? Have you ever watched a commercial and at the end of the commercial you're like, oh man, I need that? They did good marketing. The commercial worked. They're trying to sell you something and they did. Well, y'all, women are the number one marketed group ever. And what do they market? They market skincare, they market hair, they market hair color. Look at commercials and see how many commercials are marketed towards women and how many are marketed towards men. I would say 75% of all commercials, I'd even go as far to say 80% of commercials are marketed towards women instead of men. Why? Because women are trying harder to impress men and to impress each other. We care so much about the way that we look, our appearance, right? We want to be beautiful. And sometimes we lose ourselves in trying to be what the media is selling us or trying to be what this person is. God didn't create us to do that. So I hope this encouraged you to be yourself. You're an apple. And apples are beautiful, growing on a tree in nature without doing anything to them. They're beautiful. Yes, apple pies are beautiful too, but they're different. They were prepared different. So let's stop comparing ourselves to each other and let's start celebrating and appreciating the beauty in others and also the beauty in ourselves. I love y'all. More importantly, God loves you. You are seen, celebrated, and oh so very loved. If you ever need me, I'm always here. I hope this encouraged you, and I'll catch you in the next one.